the table, Indy. You're just encouraging this. Put your hand on the table. Lie down. Okay, let's try that again. Hi guys.
Welcome back.
We're very excited to talk about this because this is something I like to talk about because I know all about it.
And I know nothing about it, so.
Yes, so today we are obviously talking about something spinal cord injury related since I know more about it than Indy.
Yeah, also we completely just jumped over, like, welcome back, this is the podcast where we
Okay, we can start
don't have a podcast. And we just talk and pretend that it's an actual podcast. Fold your washing, tidy your room, do some cleaning, have us on in the background because we are not moving from the spot, but we're going to talk about some interesting things.
So today we are going to look into the SCI iceberg.
SCI stands for...
You questioning me? Testing me?
Yeah, I'm like...
Spinal cord injury.
Lovely.
Which is what I have.
Great.
Thank you, Andy. And the iceberg indicates...
is when like the tip is showing. It's like an iceberg in real life, right? So the tip is showing, and there's like the whole like body of it underneath, under the water, that we don't see on the outside and people don't really know about. So
using that, what is in the tip of the iceberg for a spinal cord injury?
That you can't walk.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole lot of stuff underneath the water that people don't know about.
And if you look close enough, that you can't use your hands. Wait, but that's just it.
I think like maybe the tip might be paralysis. So the loss of bowel and bladder control is probably one of the biggest things that affects people with spinal cord injury, right? Yeah. Did you know about that before I had my spinal cord injury?
I think I knew about loss of bladder control because I knew that a lot of people with wheelchairs have catheters, right? But I didn't know about like the bowel stuff. Well,
I always used to wonder how people in wheelchairs go to the toilet. And still I wonder because everyone's different. But with a spinal cord injury, most people use a catheter to manage their bladder. And then, yeah, there's the bowel incontinency, so that's like forming a routine. So if you can train your bowels to move like every second morning or whatever, and you can stimulate the motion with medication. And then that's how you prevent accidents throughout the day and stuff. So that's quite interesting. But it's also like it takes up a massive amount of your life because it's something that's quite hard to manage and you've got to find the right thing. So that was probably the most disgusting thing we're going to talk about.
It's not disgusting, it's a natural part of the human body.
Yeah, but you didn't help me with it.
Yeah, I don't.
What I find the most interesting, because nobody else understands it, is the loss of the ability to regulate your body temperature.
That's still confusing to me.
I don't know why or how, but I can't sweat and I don't shiver, so basically I get really hot if it's hot and I get really cold if it's cold. I find it really hard to like come back to a normal temperature. So in summer, we've got the aircon going on like 18, and I'll be like sitting there as naked as possible with like ice packs and eating frozen foods and stuff. And then in winter I've got like the heat pump on like 28 or 30 all day.
Yeah.
They're dying because it's so hot.
So hot.
And I'm shivering.
I'll show you, like, Sophie uses these ice blocks and like uses them as ice packs as well as, so like these like juices, I don't know if you have them everywhere, but it's literally a little plastic sack of juice that you freeze. Sometimes in summer she'll have them like under her arms.
Yeah.
It's like ice packs and then we'll just drink the juice, which I think is gross, but I understand.
And you just get so hot and there's no way to make it better. It sucks.
And these ice packs, so it was so hot last night, right? I came in at 3 AM to turn her, like, which is just part of night shift, and she was like, can you give me an ice pack, and just like slipped with this. So that's something that a lot of people don't think about it. I never thought about that.
Never.
I was always just like, man, your temperature's out of whack, it's really annoying.
Yeah, but even like when I was in hospital first with my injury, I was in hospital in summer and I had the heater on and like 12 blankets on top of me every time I washed my hair. I was freezing, like my body thermometer was just gone.
Yeah.
So it's definitely settled down since then, but I thought my life was going to be awful.
I don't know if this is true or not, but is it that like all of a sudden you'll realize you're really hot? Often like I'm cold or hot before you get there, and then you get there and it's really bad. And
and then I'll go to the next extreme. Yeah, that's true. Next one. Okay, this is, I don't know why this is under the water.
Wait, where did you even get this list?
This is just on Google, and Dee will put a picture on. Loss of touch sensation. I feel like
paralysis?
Like the inability to feel. Paralysis is not being able to move. There's lots of paralyzed people that can feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I never really made the difference in my mind and but that makes sense.
I think because of you, like, most of your exposure is through me for disability.
Yeah, like 99.9%.
Yeah, so you just think about spinal cord injuries. But yeah, loss of touch sensation. Yeah, pretty much I can't feel anything below here, which is also pretty much if I can't move it, I can't feel it. Compromised immune system.
Not relevant for you.
They say that I've got a compromised immune system, but I never get sick, so I don't know.
No.
Well, no, I get sick like just as much as a normal person would. Normal.
Yeah, maybe
like, you know, no, not
cancelled.
ah, as much as you.
I'm not cutting it out either.
You can leave it in. Everyone makes mistakes.
You get sick maybe the same amount as me.
Yeah, which is really good. I'm grateful for that. But yeah, no, that's a big thing within the disabled community is being immunocompromised, which is particularly topical at the moment.
Omicron.
And then after that we have digestive health issues, and I have no idea what that means because I'm pretty sure my digestion is fine.
Well, you're gluten-free and dairy-free.
That was before my
That was
accident.
before your accident, but also like you ate popcorn with dairy in it the other day and you're fine.
Yeah.
I really want you to just eat a hunk of cheese and see what happens.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
Breathing difficulties, yes,
Yeah.
because I don't have my diaphragm muscles.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's my abs. I think, do you have diaphragm muscles that are different to your abs?
Martha!
Just leave it, at least they know why the camera moved. Go away.
Go to bed. You're so dramatic.
Put your hand on the table, Indy, you're just encouraging this.
She put her head in my hand.
Put your hand on the table.
Lie down.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think it's because I don't have my abs or something like that. Anyway, I find it really hard to breathe and it affects my speaking, how like loud I can yell and stuff like that.
So, in other words, the mumbling is not your fault.
Yeah, let's blame it on the injury. I think
30% injury, 70% habit.
I definitely mumbled before my injury, and now after my injury I run out of breath really easily, so it just kind of is my way of getting rid of the sentence.
Yeah, like fizzles out.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, thanks. Cardiovascular problems, what does that mean, do you think? And how does it relate to me?
Your low blood pressure.
Very good. Yeah, so because I have a spinal cord injury and I'm small, I've got particularly low blood pressure. So I take medication in the morning and the middle of the day and sometimes at night to raise my blood pressure. But even Indy has low blood pressure, like not to the amount that she requires medication.
Well, it tested low once.
Yeah, but you get like faint and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like it runs in our family.
Does it?
Mm.
I didn't know that.
You don't know much about our family. Neuropathic pain?
Is that like ghost pain or something?
Yeah, so it can be like the pins and needles that I'm constantly feeling in my legs, or it could be like when I get hypersensitivity in my arms and stuff like that, and I've got to rub like a cloth. Remember how I rubbed a cloth in that video? Neuropathic pain gets a lot of people really bad, but I'm actually really lucky with not having much pain. And then next one is pressure sores. What can you tell us about pressure sores?
Pressure sores
Make us
are
sick.
the bane of our life a lot of the time. Well, no, they could be though, which means they have to come into thought a lot. So if Soph gets a pressure sore, she could be on bed rest for like 6 months.
No, longer. People can be on bed rest for years, or for the rest of their life.
So a pressure sore, without me googling a definition, is when a lot of pressure causes a sore.
But how? Why?
Because someone who is able-bodied will naturally, like, when they feel discomfort from pressure, from like staying in the same place, like lying in the same place or like sitting down, will like move and adjust, right? Like put a bit more weight on a different area. But you don't have the ability to feel when it starts getting sore, and so all the pressure is just going into like that one point, right?
Yeah, and so what happens at that point under the pressure? So basically where it happens the most is on the butt bones that you sit on. Under those bones, where your butt is on the cushion, the pressure causes a loss of blood flow, and so the tissue isn't getting the blood supply and the tissue dies.
Oh.
And then it just becomes an infection, and then more and more and more and more tissue dies, and it becomes like a hole in your body.
Right.
And it's really disgusting. And so because usually they happen on your butt bones, you can't sit up until it's healed, and so that can take a very long time.
Which is why you could be on bed rest for a year.
Yeah, I've got friends that have been in bed for a year. I know people that have been in bed for 2 years.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
So you do 2 things, well, you probably do a lot of things to help it, but 2 things that I know of anyway. You'll like lean forward, like regularly throughout the day, right? To like release pressure. And then I turn you at night.
Yeah.
So you're not sleeping on the same place for however many hours.
Yeah, because if you think about it, when you go to sleep in one position and you wake up in a totally different position. That's because your body is recognizing that you need to move to prevent pressure sores. And you felt yourself getting a pressure sore the other day.
Yeah. I was like, we were at our friend's house and we were sitting on a wooden chair and I was like, my butt hurts quite a lot. And actually probably everyone has felt that, because you know when you're on a plane for ages and you're like,
Yeah. And then the last one we have here is spasms.
Again, quite annoying. Mostly for you, a little bit for me.
So yeah, I have like involuntary muscle spasms, particularly, well, I mean, only in the muscles that I can't move myself. Yeah, and I get quite spasmy when I've been sitting still for a long time. And I can like feel the tension building, and then like all of a sudden it'll just be like, my body will like maybe throw me forward, or like my hands will get really tight, or my back pulls me back like that.
Yeah, or like the most obvious ones, and legs will just be like...
Yeah, I look like a jaster.
Yeah, which like affects my life, because if she's doing like a transfer or something, I'll like go to move a leg and then just like, get like kicked in the crotch or something. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, when I was in a hospital I accidentally kicked a pregnant lady in her belly. I felt really bad about that. And then, but some people use their spasms to like help them. Like some people can stand up with their spasms and stuff like that. And I definitely use my spasms when I'm going down to get something off the floor. I can use my back spasm to sit back up.
So you can make it.
Yeah, like if I like hold my breath or whatever, that'll like induce a spasm. Yeah.
Martha, you're just really annoying when we try and film anything.
We're gonna start putting you in a different room.
So that's the spinal cord
iceberg.
Injury iceberg.
Yeah.
Did we even explain why that was like useful information? Because what you see on the outside is followed by a number of other things.
Yeah. And it kind of just reinforces that like what my carers do is just maintaining my body. There's a lot of maintenance with the spinal cord injury. You can let your body go and then you get really bad health. So it's really important to keep on top of everything, do like daily skin checks to make sure you don't have any budding pressure sores. I think that there definitely isn't an appreciation from non-disabled people on how much care goes into looking after disabled people's bodies.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more like risk and things to take into account.
Yeah, because like with my lack of sensation, I can burn myself really easily, break bones. Lots of people break their bones and don't even know it. People think it's not an issue because if you can't feel it, why does it matter? But you can't just have broken bones.
Yeah, and like things heal differently as well for you, eh?
Yeah, like a lot slower. So yeah, that's what it's like. That's a little glimpse into my life and just some of Indy's life.
Yeah.
And just the spasms and the pressure sores. I can't believe she's still working for me.
Me neither, it's such a difficult job.
The toll that it takes on you is crazy.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't break your neck.
We can't do that one anymore.
No, and if you do break your neck, it's fine.
We got you. Ooh.